a fun game. I mean, that kind of showed you a little bit of what our team is all about. I've been saying since day one, we're going to have a lot of interchangeable pieces. Both guys that pinch ran today ended up scoring. Jacoby came in on defense, didn't really, have a play to make, but he's our best defender, so he definitely has a role there. The bullpen, something we obviously were concerned with going in, and for no other reason other than, we lost our whole bullpen from last year, so they came in and did an outstanding job, kind of kept them there and gave us a chance to come back and win the game. And, I mean, there's so many plays. Costello in right field was an unbelievable catch, real momentum changer. That's a leadoff hitter that inning, so it's tough to pitch around a leadoff double. So everybody kind of played a role today. It was a great team win. I'm so happy to get the first one out of the way and just enjoy it and get back to work tomorrow.
Coach, obviously those fourth and fifth innings weren't ideal, but your team was able to rally back and really stay composed. You mentioned the bullpen, shut out when they came in and, being able to rally back in those last couple innings. What does that say about your team, and especially going forward, to see something like a performance like this out of them tonight, be able to show that determination to come back and win like today?
Something like that could be so deflating, right? I mean, it's opening day, the emotions are already running really high, and, Gage just cruised to the first three innings. I'm pretty sure it was perfect through 3 innings. In the first pitch, he throws in the fourth, there's still a home run, and just kind of snowballed on him a little bit. But there was never any panic in the dugout. We just kept chugging along and playing our game and just piecing it together after Gage came out of the game. And it's an easy situation to panic, again, especially with such an unknown and unproven bullpen. But our team kind of stayed together and just kept doing our thing, and slowly but surely kind of creeped back in the game, and obviously got the big hit at the end.
And what did you see from Gage? Obviously, like you said, things kind of snowballed in that fourth inning.
Look, it's pretty common, right? As a pitcher, first of all, pitching in a big game, and I say big game, the emotional side of it for an opening day, it's more of a mental struggle than physical. And you're so amped up, and you're going so good. The tendency is to sometimes relax mentally, and then when you get slapped in the face with a first pitch home run, it's kind of tough to kind of kick yourself and get back into it. And that's kind of what happened today. He was going so good, so easy. I think he probably relaxed a little bit mentally, or a little mental fatigue, to be honest with you. Just being opening day starter your junior year is a big deal. So that's kind of what happened with him. He just kind of lost a little focus, and they got the momentum, had some big hits, and that happens in baseball.
And just, how does it feel for you? Your first game as the head coach, and you get the win, fun, walk-off fashion.
A lot of fun. Obviously getting the first one out of the way, but like I told the team, it's thank you. I got my first win, fantastic. But I'm done. I'm tired of hearing about me, and this be my first season. It's about the Hurricanes and everybody in that clubhouse. It's nice to get that first one out of the way. Now let's just go win as a team and do what we coming out and expecting to do every day.
Coach, obviously it isn't your first season here, but it is for a lot of players. What do you see out of the transfers, newcomers, and what would you like to see from them tonight?
Well, you can start with Daniel Cuvée as a freshman coming in. The stage was not too big for him. He got some huge hits there, man, and leading off the rally there in the 9th inning. It's so easy. I kind of got the team together there in the bottom of the 9th, and we had the middle of our order, some of the power guys. And it's so easy to take big swings. We wanted to be the hero. It was a simple hit. Let's get on base, and we'll manufacture a run. We need one. And he went out there. It's tough again for a freshman to stay within himself, stay inside of an off-speed pitch, and get a single. That shows a lot of maturity in a young player like that, and having such a big game. So, him and all the guys that came out of the bullpen. Nick Roberts was outstanding his first time out. Julian was outstanding his first time out. You kind of want to get those guys, get their feet wet the first time around, and they got thrown to the fire right away, man. And they responded the way we expect them to respond.
Coach, you talked about playing small ball going into this season, and in this game, 2 stolen bases, a couple of bunt singles. Just what's your assessment of the team playing small ball today?
Well, I want to say small ball, but my thing is putting pressure on the defense. We didn't truly sack bunt until that 9th inning. And that one inning that Vegas bunted into a double play, he was trying to push it by the pitcher and trying to get a lead and break the game. We weren't really playing for one run. And that's not my vision of this team's playing for one run at a time. When it calls for it, it calls for it. You're tied in the bottom of the 9th, it just takes one to win it. And yes, those were true sack bunts, but before that, it was more bunting for hits and putting some pressure on their defense.
Anything else for JD?
You mentioned bullpen. You talked a couple times about how well they played. Just how do they set you up for the rest of the series going forward? Obviously, 3 games in the next 2 days. How do you expect to manage the pitching staff after using a few guys tonight.
Well, that's the next challenge, right? A lot of those guys, they're not used to or accustomed to throwing out of the bullpen, so how are they gonna bounce back? I mean, they've done it in theory in inter squads, and they're prepared to do it, but again, with the adrenaline that goes on in a regular game, we'll see how they bounce back tomorrow afternoon, I guess. But definitely you'll see some of those guys, coming back. It was good that Dwyer only threw 2 pitches, I believe, so he's available to come back and close one of the 2 games tomorrow, so we'll play to win the first one and figure out the second one.
Awesome. Thanks, JD.
Awesome.
Thank you.
guys.